we hope that not only you can feel the gift and accept the gift of what it is that we're here to offer, to honor the teachings of this amazing, wonderful legacy of Ram Dass, but to just allow yourself to receive the gift. So with all of that, there's not really sort of any announcements other than the traditional format, as we have kirtan, we have a little bit of the talk, Q&A, a little bit more kirtan, and then don't leave because we go downstairs and we feast together as family. So with no further ado, would you like to ring the bell first? All right. How'd I do, Shannon? Is that right? Okay. And so you're invited now to settle in, to think and reflect on that word settle and what does it mean? To soften, to bring awareness to something as simple as the breath, to be open to explore a fresh perspective on what it means to be here in this now moment, free of futurizing, taking the opportunity in this sacred space to put down all anxiety, anxiousness, weight, burden, worry. We can all pick that up after we go. But for right now, to experiment with yourself. Experiment with this body that you have been imbibing in for the years that you have walked on the planet. Granting grace to that body, even offering it gratitude for the fact that throughout all of the peaks and valleys, all of these circumstances, all of the things labeled good and bad, that this vessel, this instrument, has played a part, a crucial part, a vital part in bringing you here to this space. And when we hear words like renewal or refresh, we can begin to experiment with the fact that we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what those words, those invitations mean. But the beauty is that in any given moment, with a beginner's mind and an open heart, we can. You and I are here, and we have the opportunity to practice what it means to be in the now. Free of anything prior to this moment. Open and receptive. Participating in the vibration as we chant the many names of God. Considering that even if I sit in the vibration of these chants, that all of the consciousness throughout time that has imbued itself in these vibrations is now available to us. That by showing up, already we are being prepared for a particular gift, a specific gift that is uniquely designed for whatever it is that you are seeking, needing, hoping for, whether that be conscious or unconscious. And so we relax. And we breathe. And we set down the weight for our time together. And we prepare ourselves to receive right now. I invite you to take a deep breath in with me. Feel that breath in your body. Breathe your body. In other words, direct the breath to any place within your vessel that needs a little special attention. And as we begin, let us join together with 3 ohms. Starting on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Continue chanting the sound of Om at your own pace, at whatever pitch feels comfortable to you. Ganapati Pat Svaha. Om Aga 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 Ganapati Hum Phat 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 Svaha. Ganapati Hum Phat Svaha. Om Aga Ganapati Hum Phat Svaha. Om Aga Ganapati Hum Phat Svaha. Om Aga Ganapati Hum Phat Svaha.
So we are going to chant the Hanuman Chalisa, and I know many of you know it, so please do sing along. And if you don't, you can use the QR code to get the alliteration. But you don't have to do that. You can just sing Ram Sita Ram, or just listen, and hopefully you will feel the love. This has become a practice among Neem Karoli Baba devotees because of Ram Das and the crew. When they were in India, they wanted to spend more time with Maharaji, so they learned this 40-verse prayer. It starts with an invocation. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nija Mana Mukuru Sudari Barano Yagabara Bimala Jasu Jodaya Kopalachari Buddhihina Tanu Jani Ke Sumeron Pavana Kumara Balaburi Vedya Dehu Mohim Harahu Kalesha Bikar Siyavada Ramachandra Parajain Sharanam Jaya Hanumana Gana Guna Saga Jaya Katisha Tihuloka Ujaga Ramaduta Tulita Baladama Anjani Putra Pawana Sultanam Mahavira Vikram Bajrangi Kumatini Vara Sumati Kesandi Kanchana Varana Viraja Subesa Kamana Kundala Kunchita Kesa Hata Madroda Sanjami Raja Nande Puja Janeo Saja Shankara Suana Kesare Nanda Teja Pratapa Mahajagabanda Ati Chatu dari sia indikawa Ikada rupa dari langka jarawa Bhima rupa dari asara sundari Ramachandra ike kaja sambari Aya sajivana lakana jiyaya Shri Raghavira Shiva Sati Raghupati Kini Sutta Bhatani Mama Priya Bharatai Samabhai Sahasavadana Tumaro Jasagawa Asakai Shri Pati Kanta Lagata Sanakadika Brahma Rinodisa Narada Sharada Sahita Ahisa Yamakubera Diga Pala Jahante Kaviko Vita Kade Sake Kahante Tuma Upakara Sri Vanikina Rama Vilaya Rajapada Dina Tumaro Mantra Vishwana Mana Lankeshwara Vaya Sabha Jagajana Yuga Sahasra Jojana Paratana Viyota Himadura Palajana Ragu Mudrika Vile Mukatani Jaladilandi Gaya Chara Janati Durga Makaja Jati Kejati Sumamura Tumarete Rama Tuare Tumarakaware Rotanaga Binu Pesare Sabo Sukalate Tusare Sharana Tumarakshaka Kaho Kodana Apana Teja Samaro Ade Tino Loka Hanka Tesanta Uta Pisajane Katana Inawe Mahavira Jabana Masunawe Nasiroga Hare Sabatira Japatani Rantara Hanumata Zira Sankata Ten Hanumana Chudava Manakrama Vajana Jana Jolava Sabapara Ramata Swasvi Raja Tina Kekaja Sakala Tumasaja Ora Manorata Joko Idari Soya Nita Jivana Palabari Charo Nila Parasapa Tumara He Parasira Jagata Ujiyara Sadhu Santa Ke Sumarakawara Rasavani Kandana Rama Tulari Ashta Siddhi No Siddhi Petata Asavaratina Janaki Mata Rama Rasayana Tumare Pasa Sadhu Bhagavati Kedasa Tumare Vajana Rama Topale Janama Janama Ke Tukabisasati Rantakala Raghusara Urajai Jama Janama Hari Bhakta Kahai Ora Devata Chintana Tarai Hanumata Se Sarva Sukha Tarai Sankate Kate Mite Savapir Jo Sumire Hanumata Balabir Jai 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 Hanumana Gosai Kripa Kara Guru Deva Kisita Jo Satabara Pata Karakoi Judai Bandi Masukoi Jola Hamani Hanumana Chadisa Oya Siddhi Saki Gosisa Tulasi Dasa Sasari Chera Jai Nataradaya Mahanera Amatunaya Sansata Harana Mandala Murati Rusita Rama Lakana Sita Sahita Radaya Vasasura Rupasya Ramachandra Parajay Sharanam Mangala Murati Marutanandana Sakala Amangala Mulani Kandana Remove all that is inauspicious from me by its root. Remove all that is inauspicious from me by its root. Mangala Murati Maruti Nandana Sakala Mangala Mulani Kandan Mangala Murati Maruti Nanda Sakala Mangala Mulani Kandan Shri Ram Jai Shri Shri Baba Neem Karoli Sant Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Raise your hand if the way you feel right now is different than when you first entered the space. Raise them really high so everyone around you can see. Yeah, raise both if you're really proud of it. It's like, oh, I've come so far in 30 minutes. Great. That was almost everybody. Was it everybody? Yeah. Almost everybody. And if you still feel the same, there's hope for you because we're going to continue chanting. That's how this works. I remember when Josh, my husband back there, and we first started chanting. We picked it up 2021, 2022 mantras, and we would share kirtan. The first place we ever shared kirtan was the Mai Kai Kava Bar in Athens, Georgia. If any of you had kava, it's, I won't get into it, but it's a sedative. Anyways, it's not recommended to share kirtan at a kava bar. Go figure. But, you start somewhere. And our kirtan, each mantra was about 5 to 7 minutes long. And nowadays, if you come to a kirtan with us or here, the chants are at least 10 minutes. Sometimes up to an hour. One mantra, one chant. There's a reason for that. Because as you can see, the more you are in that bhav, that bliss state, that flow state, the more you return back to your natural state of existence. And for some of you, that might feel kind of new. Like, oh, what is this? This is interesting. I don't usually feel this relaxed. I don't usually feel this expansive and connected and meditated. And that's the power of chanting. The transcendental sound itself is so powerful that if you just do it for a few minutes, it has effect. But just imagine if you gave it 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. What if you made this a part of your daily life? What if you made this part of your life's practice? How would your consciousness change? Perhaps you would become a Buddha. And so this mantra we're going to share today is called Amitabhaya, a name of the Buddha of eternal light, infinite light, one of the many names of the Buddha. And I will speak here about Buddhaya, Dharmaya, and Sanghaya. These are the 3 gems of Buddhism, which are available to anyone. The Buddha was a very divine incarnation we can aspire to be like, regardless of your faith. The Buddhaya, Buddha, is that state of witnessing within you that you might be accessing right now or soon as we chant. that witness consciousness. But there are times that we forget how to connect to the Buddha within. And so we rely on the Dharma, or in Buddhism is often pronounced Dhamma, Dharma. And this is the teachings, the wisdom of a lineage, or the wisdom of our personal teachers. So when we forget the Buddha inside, we rely and depend on our teachers and teachings. But what if we forget how to connect to the Dharma? Then we can depend on the Sangha, which is what we are today, this community of like-hearted, like-spirited souls. So, remember, if you ever forget, you have people around you to remind you of why you're here in the first place and where you're going on your journey home. Dharmaya, Sangaya. just voices. And this time, like a prayer. Om Namo Amitabhaya. Buddhaya Dharmaya Sanghaya.
Beautiful, Radha. Thank you.
We're going to prepare for our talk now, and we're going to do it a little differently. We're very kind of excited about this. Normally, you just hear Ram Dass's voice. But this is an excerpt between two powerful wisdom teachers who loved each other very, very much. And that was Ram Dass and Stephen Levine. And so this is a small excerpt of them doing exactly what we're doing, sitting, talking to a group of people. And so we're going back in time, dissolving time, and imagining that we are right there with them. And I believe we're going to make this work on the screen now.
The question is how to be with another person who is afraid. Let me take a quick crack at it. We'll just keep going back and forth. I feel that everything that I have done on myself is what I offer to every human being I meet. And to the extent that I have confronted things that frighten me and turned around and looked at them rather than running away, and seeing that they are the creations of my mind in large part, fears of embarrassment, of shame, of humiliation, all those kind of fears, and fears of pain, and fears of things. I can be an environment for another person which takes the fear and just allows it. Not that I can take it away from them. I think that what burns people out in working with another person is that they keep trying to take something away from them, or change them, or do something to them. And I think that you've got to allow that that person is afraid. That's the way it is. That person is afraid. If you can bring to that environment, that situation, the environment of your mind that allows it, that doesn't get reactive against the fear by doing something, that's the tendency, I got to do something about it. But if you cannot get reactive that way and just be there with the person in their fear, that is the optimum environment in which they can explore the fear for themselves. You can't do it to them, but you can create an environment in which another person can do it for themselves. And that's a much relieving role for a person that is with somebody that is suffering or frightened. Because one of the things that destroys us really is the feeling that we're supposed to do something about somebody's pain or fear or something like that. And since you really don't know unless you have the God eye of full awareness, what function that pain or fear has for the person, you can't even know that it should go away just at the moment it does. I mean, I've watched people that were in very, very deep pain, and I wanted to take their pain away and couldn't. And then a little while later, I saw how that pain shredded away parts of their defenses and allowed a light to come out of them that even awed them in terms of their own beauty. And had I been successful in taking away their everything, I mean, it's the way parents want to protect their children from everything. But yet when you and I look at our lives, wasn't it a lot of the suffering and a lot of the pains and all that tempered us and that made us the mensches, the full beings that we end up being? And whether we would begrudge ourselves all the knocks of our own childhood. So that's my thought.
Sounds right to me.
Okay. Questions? Well, every answer, as you know, is only part of an answer. And if you recognize that we're really talking to ourselves here, that somebody's asking the questions and somebody's answering them, but it's all of our hearts and minds just working together to explore. So in that spirit, let's go on. Yeah.
I'm having a little difficulty with my throat chakra. It feels like the Los Angeles freeway is rushing through there. I have felt the most comfortable that I have been able to feel this afternoon with the experience that I'm going through. And I've been aware since my diagnosis and prognosis, etc., that this was a rare opportunity perhaps for me to rejoin the human race and maybe the universe. And I've had a definite sense of rebirthing through my personal pain and disappointment. My question is, what can I do as a person who is experiencing his birth and death almost simultaneously? What can I do for my brothers who see this as an indictment, a judgment, or, quote, a death sentence?
That's a hard question to repeat. He said, in effect, since his diagnosis, he has felt rebirth and birth and death coming together for him. And that he feels that through this process, he is rejoining the human race. And he wonders how he can help his brothers who are in a similar situation, who are seeing their predicament as one of indictment, of failure, and of, quote, a death sentence, unquote. So.
I don't think that the answer to your question is in doing. It's in being. And you know, because the place that's opening is that place. You can never convince anyone else of anything that intense, that essential, that long condition. But if you be it, that which is it within them will be drawn. They will have trust, not in your words, but in your being. It's like the truth. You can't, in a sense, know the truth. You can only be it. Knowing's too superficial. The doing would be too superficial. The being, as is, in this expansion, says more than any words. Now that's frustrating, because you want to help. But remember how frustrating it is when somebody tries to help you and you don't want it. One of the questions we're most asked is by loved ones of people who are dying, and they say, how can I get my loved one out of denial? So why would you want to get them out of denial? Why would you take away their dignity? No one has to die your death for you. And you don't have to die your death for anyone else.
I think every one of us has to keep learning that over and over again, that desire which is just rooted in wanting to take away somebody's confusion, pain, suffering, ignorance, because you love them so much. I mean, I've been, quote, in the dying business for about 10, 15 years now. And here I'm dealing with an 87-year-old father and my stepmother and all these people around me. And I feel like they should want to know what I have to teach. But my father isn't the least bit interested. And at first, I used to try to figure out ploys that I could sneak it in on him, you know? I'd say, what do you see when you look at the clouds? You know, I tried all this kind of stuff. So phony, he knew it, I knew it, you know, he just puts up with it. It's easier for me to appreciate because I really do understand that everybody has a unique incarnation and everybody has unique work to do. And you're experiencing your birth and death at this moment coming together is your work. And for you to assume it's somebody else's work, maybe they have to think it's a death sentence and go on with that for quite a while. It really is. You begin to see that it's kind of presumptuous to think that you should have them think the way you think. I mean, it's hard because you're finally seeing the light and you want everybody to see the light. And those are the kind of people they put in prison. You know, I see the light. You're going to see the light if I have to, you know, I'm going to hit you until you see the light. And you finally realize that you see the light and you be the light, and then whoever's ready, it'll rub off. And that's what you offer. You just hang out with them.
All right. We like to bring the house lights up and then open it up for Q&A discussion about the topic at hand and what we watched, and to dialogue about that. There are some mic runners, I believe, that are out there. All right. Anybody have a question they want to start in the back over here?
So as always, this is perfect timing. I had my daughter and her husband and my 2 grandchildren in town. And I'm very judgmental of my son-in-law because I see how he shames my children, my grandchildren. And I finally got it. I do the same to my daughter. And yeah, I mean, yeah. And trying to like just stick it in there about how you should do things differently and see things and grow, and their whole lives I've been doing that. So I guess my question is, you know, having realized that, just like they were here last week, they left for a week, my grandchildren are coming back for a week, and my daughter will be back the next week. So my thought was, do I say something over the phone and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I've been judgmental of your husband, because it's my own projection. Do I wait till they come home? Do I not say anything? That's me. Just want to know what y'all think.
I wish there was a textbook answer, you know, like this is the right answer. I believe that whatever you feel, so think about this, expansion or restriction. Kind of get a feel for what that feels like in your body. Let that be your litmus test. If I do this, does that feel like expansion or restriction? And when you can begin to use that as a sort of barometer, anything obviously that leans towards expansion is a beautiful thing. and anything that feels restrictive. But the tricky part is that a lot of times the things that are expansive are requiring something of us that we're uncomfortable about, so we want to kind of think of it as restrictive. But there is no right or wrong way to do it. And just instinctually, you don't have to have it figured out by next week. And you could practice. This could be a whole laboratory where you just decide, instead of using words, you're going to use your being. And you're going to hyper-focus and be hyper-vigilant about your being around them, and being the watchman on all the things that want to come out, and just observe that part of you that may have reacted or said something in the past. But you don't have to. I think it's actually more powerful when you don't announce that that's what you're doing. You just do that. And as you go along, that might kind of open the way for words then to be a little bit more meaningful or appropriate or timely. But again, I like the idea, we never get it done and we never get it wrong. Meaning our work here in these vessels. We never get it done and we never get it wrong. Everything continues to invite us to lean in more to using the circumstances in order to refine and look at that. So I would start with self-compassion. Be really cognizant of the fact that it's so easy and it's so like a sponge to absorb the world's opinions about how we should have done things. The poison of comparison, looking at how other people have relationships with their children and grandchildren and all of that kind of stuff. Kind of set all that down and just allow yourself to recognize that whatever the dynamic was up until this point in time was the dynamic. And as Ram Dass indicated too, there is a meticulousness in that, because it got you to this moment in this chair, sitting there watching this clip, thinking and observing and becoming aware of that behavior, which to me is like, that's almost 98% of the whole thing, is being able to speak it and to say it. And you did that beautifully.
I just want to say, him saying that, we each have our own journey, basically. I say it, sometimes I say it, I know it, but I don't really. And so I feel like I've gotten more of that, like, wait, my journey got me where I am, and theirs will get them where, and it may not be, they may not end up joyful and happy in this life, but it's okay. It's not my.
And even sentences like, my journey got me to where I am, it won't mean anything to anybody until you reach the vector where you have to look at your past and something clicks, where you do look and understand through hindsight that, oh my God, if this had not happened, I wouldn't be here. So it's a very individual unveiling, but that unveiling is constantly happening for everybody in their own time and in their own little sphere of experience. And yeah. And you've done nothing wrong. Who else?
Thank you. Now mic is in my hand. I forgot the question. I think I didn't ask. I just want to know, we talked about somebody's suffering, somebody's in pain. We cannot take it away. I completely understand that. But we love someone and we want to take that pain away. Somehow we end up suffering with them. And sometimes it feels like we can just go away and live our lives and let them be, let them, because sometimes that's not suffering like physical suffering, their own mental or character flaw. And how to deal with that? It feels guilty to actually leave them and just go and live our lives. And, because they are not grown up to understand what they're going through yet. So how to deal with that situation without feeling guilty? Where did guilt come from?
it's a hypothetical, you don't have to answer that.
Yeah,
but
guilt.
where does the guilt come from? Where is the textbook that says if you do these things, then you should feel this particular concept that we call guilt?
Yeah, guilt come from like the relationship we have with them, or the society, the pressure the society put us
Okay.
on, that we have to be a good daughter, we have to be a
Right.
good wife.
So you just
yeah.
answered it.
Yeah.
You just answered it. Society, and what is society? It is the collective opinion, conceptual mind, concepts that we have applied meaning to that say this is the way that you are supposed to feel in these circumstances. And it becomes widespread and it becomes universal. No one is asking you or any of us in here to set that aside. But the real work is in noticing the tug to feel guilty, and then the real work comes with who is it that is supposed to feel guilty? And as you create your own personal reconciliation with that, it may mean that the behavior is not necessarily going away or departing, but it's being with this individual in a completely different way.
Right.
And so if there is a loyalty to the behavior of guilt, and again, this is where words are inept, because we're not together 100% of the time, and then when you feel guilty, it's like you have to say, who is the one that is feeling guilt? Where did I learn this concept? Because one can practice being and loving another person without the need to change them.
Right.
Or save them. But again, like they were saying even in the talk, it's a very tricky thing because customarily the world doesn't operate that way. We are groomed to fix and control. And it's interesting when you can pause. So I would say pause, the great pause, and go, what is it within me that is uncomfortable about this situation, this person's circumstance? What is it within me that is so uncomfortable that I want to set myself aside and go over and manage them and manage their care? And you start to see the beautiful subtleties of postponement, where something is actually asking us to do the work, but we're postponing that because we're going to go manage somebody else's. So without condemnation and calling it our ego, it really is an egoic thing that is pulling us out of simply observing think about it. If you tried to manage everyone's suffering, how would you do that?
It's impossible.
And so that's where he was saying, what if the practice then becomes being in the midst of the suffering? Because the being is what? The being is not, how do I be better David? It's the being is, how do I become more in alignment with myself, not as David, but as awareness itself. Awareness that doesn't see it as damage. Awareness that doesn't see it as flawed. But awareness which is simply the beautiful, pure presence that wants to bring that reminder into every circumstance. And so suddenly, I'm not separating myself and saying their situation is this or labeling it. I'm bringing my awareness into that situation, and I'm practicing allowing that to be enough rather than losing myself in the identity that wants to fix it.
Right. That makes
And
sense.
it's, I know those are just a lot of word salad. I apologize. I wish there was a way that we could all go inside and be this little, worm of knowledge and consciousness that can just make it, like a pill. But again, it's, if you don't hear it from me and you don't hear it from the next person, somewhere down the road, it will be heard in a way. And a lot of times that comes through exhaustion of fixing.
Right.
the exhaustion of fixing.
So, I means like let them have their journey, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like, but we can have our own journey simultaneously. That's the crux of it.
And look at the phrase, let them have their journey. Be really careful with that one, because it doesn't mean you leave somebody in a ditch. It doesn't mean that you turn your back to them. It means that you quiet enough within you and you will know. Intuitively, you will know what is mine to do in this particular circumstance. And that comes with being accustomed to pausing right before wanting to go in and fix it. What is mine to do here? And I fully trust that you are able to discern what that voice is. Who else?
Hey, David.
Hey.
On the question that you, or not the question that you said, when we recognize something is wrong, either we are restrictive or are we doing expansion. And you mentioned something about that's tricky because in order to expand, usually it's something that we need to give up. And usually it's either, I don't know if it's ego, I don't know if it's control, or what is it that is making me, like you're angry at something, that this did not happen this way or that way. So it's something to reflect on, is it something that I am doing that I need to give up? And that's where the expansion is going to come?
Okay, so you've been given the greatest gift in the whole existence of gifts, and that is the gift of paradox. You've been given the gift of paradox, and paradox teaches you what? That there are seemingly opposite things, but everything is actually congruent and one. And so when I say to you to practice the feeling when you're making a decision, does it feel expansive or restrictive? That's a subtlety that requires you understanding and accepting the gift of paradox. Meaning, I can justify and I can create all kinds of minutia in my mind about, no, I'm not going to do that, because really it's more comfortable. It's more what I'm used to. It's me holding on to the fence of familiarity, even though there are other people who keep saying, let go of the fence. And then you've let go of the fence, and then you went off, and then you fell, and then you ran back to the fence. And then there's all these people there at the fence who are going, I told you you shouldn't go do that. And so we become very customized to restriction, decorated or costumed as common sense, or restriction as costumed as self-care, or all of the things that we have groomed our minds to think that we need in order to be protected. Whereas expansion is going, what if you let all that go? Expansion, most of the time, is uncertainty. And we are so addicted to certainty. And so when you sit with that and go, is this restrictive or expansive? Expansive is not a sure deal. Expansive is, why don't you take the first step into something unknown? If you get rid of the idea of either winning or failing, and you take that off of the table, there is no such thing as failing or winning. It's just experience. Then expansion is the thing where you keep moving into uncertainty that feels uncomfortable. But doesn't everything that's ever been birthed from something feel uncomfortable? Isn't birth in and of itself messy? And so why are we trying to curate and manage and manicure lives that are in this protective bubble? Because isn't that really restriction? when what you are is infinite potentiality in the vessel to the degree that you're willing to lean in and play with that. And so it really is, there's a lot of crowded thought in here, right? Of all the people that have told you, you got to be cautious. You can't do this. You can't do this. You're a woman. You're an Indian woman. This is not normal. Da, 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 da. All of that collective noise is nothing but concepts. And concepts have no meaning other than the meaning that you give them. And so that's why I love, is this expansive or is this restrictive? And I still fool myself in thinking that something's that's restrictive is expansive when it's just like, oh, you're just playing, you're just being careful, David.
Thank you.
Okay. Behind you?
Hi, David.
Hi.
So, although I would not be as eloquent as you are, but I'll still try to.
You are perfectly in your voice.
Thank you. But my saint father, who's no more, he used to say one thing, right? We talked about journeys. We are all on this journey. I draw parallels with us being in a train, and we have got different stations where we, get onto the train and then alight from the train.
Right.
But he used to say that there are a bunch of things that God has in its hands. So take, for example, I would want the very best for my kids, right? I would not want them to, get astray and on a wrong path and things like that. But certain things, they are in the control of God, like life and death, like glory, or, nobody wants, that defamation should come their way, or they do something that, puts them in bad light in society. Similarly, profit and loss. Nobody wants them to lose, either people or money or assets, etc. So these are all God-given things. But what one can do is, like you said, if you are at a crossroad where you are, you cannot make, or which road to take, and that's where the concept of dharma and karma comes into play, right? So dharma is the way, of living your life righteously. So your conscience would always give you an answer. So like you said, look within and you should have an answer. So make sure that you do your karma in the way that dharma, contrary to most people, what they think is religion, but it's not. It's a way of life, right? So that should be your moral compass. I quite a lot joke with my son that back in the day when we wanted to get great marks, we sometimes used to cheat. And I still remember that my hands used to shiver. So that was my conscience telling me, hey, you're doing something wrong, right? So you know in your heart, but when you throughout the course of life, when you suppress that conscience slowly says, okay, this guy's not listening to me. So that thing goes away. But people who are a bit enlightened or who are on this path of dharma, their conscience is much more strong. Your hands will shiver much more than others. So again, you cannot take the pain away. They're on their own journey. But dharma then asks you to rise up and be empathetic to the person and do whatever you can realistically. Nobody, if we had it in our hands, our parents will live to 1,000 years, and our children would be like all Alexander the Great and so on and so forth. But that doesn't happen. So each has their own journey in the universe. And you said everybody has a purpose. So an example of what Maharajji told one person who went on to become a doctor in UNO and eradicated, I think, some kind of disease from India. Yeah. So thank you.
That's actually Jairam's boss right now.
I work for Larry.
Smallpox, yeah. You are in an exquisite position. You are a father. And you are a father who seems to know the depths of this path and journey and the expansion by being for your children. And to use, I think you said, your father's analogy of the train, it's like, have you ever found that a lot of times the train ride, if it's familiar, and then the familiarity becomes restrictive, we keep going to the same platform, to the same train, expecting or hoping that it will take us somewhere different. And then there comes this moment where we're standing on the track of the train, the doors open, the conductor is going all aboard, and for whatever reason, there is this weird, unusual pause. A question, just a little twink of an idea that says, I don't know if this is my train anymore. Did everybody get that? Think of that. I don't know if this is my train anymore. That is a window, an expansive window. And it doesn't necessarily mean in that moment of awareness of that thought that you don't still get on the train a couple of more rides. But if you hold to that, don't discard that thought. I don't know if this is my train anymore. Don't medicate it. Don't outrun it. Don't push it away. Sit with that. And then the next time you're on the track and the conductor's going all aboard, society is saying, you need to do it this way. Come on, this is the way you've always done it. And you go, no thanks, you can go. Then I've loved the idea that your train, or the train of expansion, that is the next part of whatever this infinite life is still on the track, and it can never get into the station until we let the other one go. And that is wisdom. And that wisdom is not earned, you are it. And the wisdom is unveiled the moment that you start to hear the thing that goes, I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to do anymore. I don't know if this is my train anymore. And you don't make it wrong, you learn to be. As Ram Dass was talking, to be with that, to be with the foreignness, to be with the uncomfortability. And in that moment that feels really scary, you say, you let that train go, and then the next one that is completely ready to take us into whole new territories of expression. And that never stops until the moment we take our last breath. That's not just for the young, just for the economically stable. That's for every sentient being that is walking this planet. I think that's my cue to stop talking. So he doesn't have the microphone anymore. Thank you.
So we're going to do a chanting meditation now, along with the singing bowls. So this is a prayer mantra. Comes from the Upanishads. I like to translate it like this. Asato ma sadgamaya. Lead us from delusion to truth. Tamaso ma jyotir gamaya. Lead us from darkness to light. Mrityor mamritam gamaya. Lead us from the fear of death to the knowledge of immortality. Before we begin, Margot will have some words.
Hi, everybody. Hello? Is it on? Okay, there we go. Hi, everyone. I want to share something personal with you today. My mother left this world on Wednesday morning. She was 89. She had Alzheimer's for the past 14 or so years. And there's not going to be a formal service, because there's no one left to come. It's really just me. So I wanted to share a little bit about her today and honor her briefly. Tell you a little bit about her. She was beautiful and smart and an amazingly talented person. She was an artist and a crafter. She made the most amazing, exquisitely beautiful wedding cakes for part of her life. She was an amazing cook. And she had this quirky little sense of humor. She also was strong-willed and opinionated and maddeningly perfectionistic. But I think those things helped her to survive in life, made her strong, because she didn't have an easy life. A lot of people in her life that were supposed to love her did not treat her well. And so she carried a lot of bitterness and anger for much of her life. But as her memories began to fade, something rather miraculous happened, because the memories that faded were the ones that caused her to be bitter and angry. And so she became more authentically herself, more sweet and loving, and she was able to express those things to me. In these last years, she was able to tell me she loved me and that she was proud of me, and those were words I had longed to hear for a really long time. So it was a gift. Amidst this horrible disease, there was really a lot of blessing that came with it. And so I'm grateful for that. And I want to dedicate this chant we're about to do to her. I love you, Mom. Thank you.
Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya 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 Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya
may her spirit be free.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Sammo Shankara Om Namah Shivaya. Shambho 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 Shankara Om Namah Shivaya. Shankara Om Namah Shivaya Shambho 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 Shankara Om Namah Shivaya
And as we prepare to end the container of this room, we are not leaving, but we are welcoming. We are welcoming the continuance of the expansion that we have felt. We are welcoming the longevity, the aliveness, the alertness, the leadership of that presence, those names of God that we have sung now, to move forward, to integrate. And as you take your hands and you place them upon your heart, we sing this welcoming into our being. I welcome the wisdom of the ancients to remember through me. I welcome the wisdom of the ancients to remember through me. I welcome the wisdom of the ancients to remember through me. I welcome the wisdom of the ancients to remember through me. I welcome. I welcome the power of the ancients to flow through me. I welcome the power of the ancients to flow through me. I welcome the power of the ancients to flow through me. I welcome the power of the ancients to flow through me. I welcome. I welcome. I welcome the love of the ancients to create as me. I welcome the love of the ancients to create as me. I welcome the love of the ancients to create as me. I welcome the love of the ancients to create as me. I welcome. I welcome. And once more with wisdom, I welcome together the wisdom of the ancients to remember through me. I welcome the wisdom of the ancients to remember through me. I welcome the wisdom of the ancients to remember through me. I welcome the wisdom of the ancients to remember through me. I welcome. I welcome. I welcome. I welcome. I welcome. I welcome. take a deep breath in together. Thank you for being with us. If you'll please acknowledge Ian Basio, Margot Gomes, J-Ram Lentini, Rada Rose, Amanda Feinstein, Stan Holt, Josh Klein. Thank you so much for being here. We have a beautiful spread of nourishment for you downstairs. Please don't leave. Please come and make a bunch of new friends. And there are these beautiful opportunities to share in the even exchange of energy. And that's what QR codes are for. That was God's creation for even exchange of energy. So anything that you feel led to contribute not only helps us continue to put these together, all of these people have donated so much time and love and care into providing this monthly meetup for you. So we hope that you will welcome the opportunity to reciprocate and let us continue to do what we love. Thank you, sound team. Thank you so much. Woo! You have delivered us from the storm. That was amazing. There are some other opportunities. There's a table out front that has beautiful pictures. That is puja, and that is an opportunity for you to go out there and to scan those photos and see if one of them wants to come home with you and be put upon your altar. J-Ram, I know there's other things you want to remind us.
Yes, please do take prasad of the picture and also prasad of the food that is waiting. And also, Alka is here with us. She is a beautiful painter, and she has wonderful images for you for purchase. And part of those proceeds go to David's foundation, the Kaleidoscope Child Foundation, which does work with underserved children in India and Cambodia and Guatemala and some places in Africa. So please do check out her paintings. And do
Ian,
check out the table here. There's a table with upcoming events. I know these guys have some, so please do check that out. I try to put them also in the on the nandidas.org. So
and
please
Ian
check that.
Basio, real quickly, what you got going out there? I saw that big table.
I've got an art show coming up.
All right.
I don't know. Most people don't even really realize that I have been a painter in my life. I have a master's degree in everything. So. But I haven't done a solo exhibition since 2004. So it's kind of a big deal for me. And it's just going to be a cool thing, one day only at Vista Yoga here in Decatur. And you can just, come down and check it out and see the things in person. It's not the same as looking at it on a screen. That's for sure. So there's some little handbills out there that you could just grab one and put it on your fridge. So you'll remember. It's not until October 10th. But,
and Rada,
hope
real
you'll come.
quick, you got something too?
Oh, yes. We always have something going on. Some of you get our text newsletter. I just sent those out. Feel free to approach me if you would like to be included. I send those out once a month. There's some lovely rainbow flyers out there with some events. Community Kirtan is happening at Vista Yoga as well next weekend, as well as in Smyrna, Saturday and Sunday. And we have some Lionsgate events, which are a little different than this. Includes like breath work and more ceremonial type container. And then the big thing is the Chant for Love retreat, which will be our 4th time hosting at Just Love Forest in Northwest Georgia, near Rome. It's a full weekend of chanting and dancing and love. That's what we do at Chant for Love. So take a flyer. They're available for everyone who feels called. Thank you.
And finally, speaking of love, there's love in that food. So make
let's
your way
go.
down right now and
Enjoy.
imbibe in some fellowship. Thank you all. Thank you so much.